Hi people, I got some bad news for everybody who pays attention to my channel. This is actually a vlog. Now, we have done this before, technically, if you want to be technical about it. The copyright message, the 16-minute a while back, was also a vlog because I just stood up and talked to the camera, didn't prepare, just talked about stuff, no editing. That clip, as logged and captured on tape, went up to YouTube exactly as is. This one may, I'm not sure, may require a minuscule amount of editing, hopefully not much. Hopefully I could do enough to avoid that, but we'll see. But this is going to be very vlog-like, if for no other reason than because, unlike the copyright thing, I'm just sitting my ass down in a chair and I'm talking to the audience about an important issue. So this is not only technically a vlog, despite the editing that may occur, it's also in the spirit of a vlog, which pisses me off because I don't want my channel to turn into this, where you see my page and it's the same guy over and over again in different poses like... I don't want that. That's a vlogger's channel. I'm supposed to make good, highly produced stuff, right? Right. This is an exception. And I have to do this because we have an issue that already sort of came up one time, but if I keep going the way I'm going with this whole Samantha doing a real-life romance novel because she's making the transition from FS2 to FS1, or anything with any girl at all, even Maria, we could have used something like this before Vitor Pitor came along. That was a big thing. I need to make a statement. By itself, no other topics discussed. If I went over everything that's on my mind that may need to be discussed, we'd be here a long time. This would be a multi-hour thing. But if I do that, though, I'm going to have to timestamp link people to various parts in one project, and then there's going to be another project down the line and I have to do the same thing. So we're only going to do this when we have one subject matter to discuss, right? And any possible extrapolations I can make from that matter, right? We're going to try to do that, and hopefully there's not going to be many of them, but dude, if things keep coming up, there's going to be many, and it's going to be unavoidable. So we'll see what happens, but for the record, I hate what I'm doing now. I hate what I'm doing now. I have to do this, though. So, we need to discuss this issue, this idea of... Wait, do I have the right hat on? Oh, I didn't even start with the right hat on. I actually wanted this one. No, not this one. This one. That shows you how little I prepared for this shit. Okay, this was the intended hat the whole time. We need to discuss an issue. The issue is the idea of, in general, guys doing grand romantic gestures for women, right? But in my specific case, doing videos in general for women. Just any videos at all. This is not just a Samantha thing now. No, it was also a Maria thing. Like I said, her demonstration update, that was, as well as the various segments of her demonstration as they became individually releasable, that was also an example. But I didn't realize it was going to be a problem until the epic troll Vitor Pitor came along, and then you saw what happened. I threw down and made a 12-hour lifetime epic dealing with that scumbag. Yeah. So, in an effort to avoid the same thing... Oh, and that was humor and teaching, not even like dealing with the exact things he said. No, that was humor and teaching. That was the nice version. Yeah, imagine if it wasn't nice. That can still be done. Yeah. So, if that's what happened over Maria, just doing a simple NHL video, putting her in my NHL game, scoring some goals, getting close to the Wayne Gretzky real-life record, and then someone comes along and says, ooh, what is this? It's weird. Blah, blah, blah. You're doing some shit for a girl. Imagine how much worse it can be if I literally do an even more powerful of my 3 lifetime fire stars, being Samantha, because she's a step up as an antagonist, but now Samantha is getting a little taste, and we're going to continue with this regardless, of what it's like to transition from FS2 to FS1, which is new romance person in David's life. Yeah. Now we're getting into some shit now. Yes, because we have... I've been through this before in a... Okay? You're not... So, knowing what I know about how it goes when you're doing romantic stuff, we have to take out some shit before it starts, okay? We have to. We must. But this is a little different because Samantha is actually in trouble. We're going to believe, based on the evidence that I've showed in a prior video and various times, and also some of her comments now. Yeah, she left comments screaming bloody murder. Not literally, but screaming bloody murder that she needs help and she doesn't want me ever to block her, you know? She went from saying, oh, I'll never talk to you again if you block me, holding me hostage, to, okay, I have to block you for my own safety and for your own good, and to saying, no, don't block me, don't block me, don't block me. So Samantha's doing her best to at least put me... We don't know nothing for sure, but the normal person who doesn't have investigative resources like an actual private investigator would, or, you know, someone in the system, right? The normal person has to treat this like it's for real, regardless of what the truth is. Because if you're a person and you care about not only people, but also your lifetime fire stars, which among the three, Samantha's the most powerful. She blows away the other, well, okay, she's more powerful than Maria, right? The like a kid, protect, desire to protect. But in terms of David's past, oh, Samantha blows the... You won't understand this until you see her video, the bike riding video I'm working on. Just that alone is a perfect demonstration, even though we can't compare it to the original, of how Samantha just took the crown. She just straight up yanked it away from any former romance people in David's life. Regardless, yes, she did. So she is very powerful. To do that and being as a poor person too, so we have to deal. So she not only wants to see what David can do romantically, but she needs help now. Yes, she has always needed help. It's been in doubt. She has falsely appeared scammy. However, it's very realistic to believe that I should take this seriously and help her. So, given that and given a certain... I've seen it once, but we're going to stop it before it happens again. I've seen one person, I'm not going to say who he is, because I worked with them at a certain place, right? As well as other people who once in a while I associate with. One person, when they saw the big video that I made showing what it's like associating with Samantha, right? They got the wrong idea. And obviously without watching the video, because that's a 4-hour thing, right? Yeah. The time doesn't match up to someone who watched 4 hours, and yet, without watching, they got the wrong idea. We're not going to out him. We're going to give him a pass one time, unless he does it again. And you don't want to be that person who does it again. No. David can come out with some stuff. But one person did that. So we're going to knock this shit out before it happens again with that person or anybody else. We're going to discuss the idea of trying to get a girl versus trying to help a girl. And in my case, the romance is a form of teaching. It's teaching via romance. Because yes, I actually have those talents for real deal, right? Oh, but we don't know if we can talk about where those talents got developed, right? Whatever. But that's what I do, uniquely. But it's still teaching and helping at its core. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you, I'm going to see if I can hold this up to the camera so I don't have to edit. I'm going to show you a title of my, let's see. The last video I made on my channel was showing a preview of the Apollo speech, so it would be the video before that. The video before the last video on my channel has a certain title. Now, we're going to use this one. This is actually a more clear version of any projects I do for a woman. This is like the most emblematic, clearest one. But what I'm about to do with this title, it can just as easily be done, easily be asked of you, the question I'm going to ask, for all women-related projects that I have ever made. Not just on my channel, not just Samantha, not just Maria, but all the projects I've ever made, even the ones we can't see anymore, right? The same thing, I'm going to use this video, this one video, as a clear example of what's now going to be my policy for all women-related videos, but especially this one, and especially with Samantha, right? So I'm going to show you the video. I'm going to show you the title of the video. I'm going to hold up the camera. I want you to read it very closely. If I can't see it well, I'll edit it, right? There's the video, right? We see it? Okay. Can you read that? Hold on. Okay, read that title really close. I want you to do two things. Read it generally like you would if you just came across it, and then read it very slowly. Read it very, very slowly. Okay, 2 times. Do that. Okay, did you get a good read at that title? Did you all read that title very closely? Number 1, first off, generally, and then number 2, very slowly. I'm going to do it myself since I can't see it when I hold the camera. Okay, so, question to people. When you read that title, how many of you think that that's just an aggressive attempt by a guy to get a girl, and that because he mentioned sham marriage, that it's just about one guy trying to still get that girl when another guy came along and got that girl instead, and oh my God, it's so bad that I didn't get that girl and some other guy just came along and got. Does anyone think that that's the case? Because based on this one person and their reaction to not watching it, just seeing that title, we know it's possible. One person. I'm not going to out him unless he does it again. One person. Who thinks that's the case? Anybody? Raise your hands. Well, I can't see you raise your hands, but you think that that's what it's about? Okay. So, if you think that video is about a guy being the maker of that video, me trying to get this girl, I'm a guy trying to get the girl, and some other guy comes along and he just Here's some money. Let me have you. Oh no, you got my girl. If that's what you think it's about, here's what we're going to do from now on, okay? We're going to stop this shit once and for all this way. Here's what we're going to... If any... Hold on. I need a drink for this bullshit. If anybody sees that or any other video, but we're going to use that as the paradigm, and you think that's what it's about, here's what you're going to do. If you bring it to my attention in any form, whether it's a comment or anything that's visible and recordable, legally recordable, like a screenshot, if you say, accuse, or imply, or in any way indicate that you believe that you think that video or any video for a woman is what it's about, trying to aggressively get a girl, I'm going to screenshot or save or in some way record and file away what you said that implies that. That's what I'm going to do initially, right? As of that moment, you make that mistake, you're on the chopping block. For what you say, to be dealt with publicly, to have what you say displayed to a worldwide audience, and depending on what you say, the tone of it, the circumstances, a variety of factors, I will tear you limb from limb argumentatively on how that is not the case. That's what you're up for public dealing with. Because you think that video or any video regarding a woman is about aggressive getting, and oh my God, we threw marriage in there, so oh, he's upset that some other... No. Okay? Now, here's how that will get filed away in a folder. I'll store that up until I want to deal with either the individual, if it's bad enough, or if I want to deal with a bunch of them all at once that's related. I will do that. Okay? Then, if you want to take yourself off the chopping block to be dealt with in public, based on that misconception, you got two chances. I would take the first one, because the second one's very, very difficult, right? You'll see. Number one, you're going to be ordered. Yeah, yes, ordered. I'm ordering whoever does that to watch all 4 hours of that particular video. Even if it's another video that you have a problem with and you think that, you're going to watch all 4 hours, let's show it again, of that video in its entirety. You see the time out there? Hopefully you can see the time. Can you see the time? It's almost 4 hours. You're going to watch every bit of those 4 hours, and then at the end of that, you're going to tell me what you think now after seeing that video, and I better be convinced that you watched all 4 hours. You better talk about specific things mentioned. You better be able to answer questions. You better show believable evidence that you saw all 4 hours of that video, and then we're going to see if you still think it's about David trying to aggressively get a girl to make a video like that and put it on public. And if you get what it's really about, right? I'm not going to say what it's about. I'll get to that after we get to the second thing. If you get what it's really about, then you're off the chopping block. Okay? I don't deal with you in public because you're reformed, right? You're helpable, right? That's what we do. We redeem helpable people now that Samantha came along. That's the beauty of this. She showed everyone who's helpable can be redeemed. Everyone who's helpable can be redeemed if they just, yeah. But if you don't change after watching all 4 hours of that video, here's what happens next, and this is very hard. This is I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes trying to organize this. You might have to like talk to some people, get a permit with the city, maybe like pay some money, and it's going to come out of your pocket too. I ain't paying for your stupid ass. You're going to have to either pay some people, get some city permission or something like that. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to arrange. I don't know how, it's either an ambulance or EMTs is what they called, like the emergency medical people who rush to save people in medical life or death emergencies. Any ambulance, EMT is what they're called. I could be getting this wrong. Any emergency vehicle that is designed to put sirens on, go down the street, traffic moves out of the way from, they get to somebody like on the road for a traffic accident, or not even to traffic, like any kind of accident. Like traffic or in your house or some place where people are in life or death circumstances and they need somebody with a siren to come buzzing through and do some medical stuff to save their ass. And if they weren't there, they'd die, right? It has to be life or death. You're gonna arrange to ride along with them, yes, every single day, with a male EMT, a male emergency medical, is it technician? I don't know. A male, specifically a male, not a female, a male. Whether you're male or female yourself, you're riding along with the male. And you're going to sit there. You can associate with them if they want. It's up to them. You don't have to. Sit there every day and ride along with them as they do their job. And you're going to sit on one particular type of circumstance. You know what that circumstance is? You're going to wait until that male who you've been riding along with for however long has to find a very super attractive female in a debilitating state where if he doesn't treat her medically, she's going to die. And it has to be for real that if he wasn't there treating her medically, she will die, right? It has to be life or death. Not a bruise, not an injury, not something minor, not something maybe life-threatening. No, it has to be life or death. And the male has to treat that super duper attractive female EMT, right? Once that happens, you're going to get out your recording device, your camera, your phone, whatever the freak you record on. You're going to record yourself talking to that guy as he treats that female in a life or death. And you know what you're going to be doing? You're going to be accusing that guy of trying to get a girl. Yeah, you're going to say, oh, you're trying to get a girl. Yeah, you're treating her for life or death because you want to get her. You're going to go ape shit, bat shit, accusing that guy who you've been riding along with of trying to get that very attractive girl in a life or death. Yes, you are. And then you're going to record that. You're going to bring it back to me. You're going to show me that recording. And I'm going to tell you, you know what? That's literally what you just did to me with my videos for any female at all, but especially these ones about Samantha. But really anybody at all, not just Samantha. My two lifetime fire starters, same thing. A little bit of a variation on both of them, right? But any woman I've ever made a video for, or ever will make a video for, even if me and Samantha do end up in a relationship, there's still going to be a helping motivation, a helping / teaching motivation behind it. It's not going to be straight up romance. No. And it's still not going to be to get, it's going to be to honor, right? I don't do getting, I do honoring, putting up on a pedestal and saying that's the example for all the world, all their women to live up to and all the men to admire. Yes, that's what I do. I don't do getting, okay? If that were the case, I would not be here sitting to you, standing here as a 40-year-old virgin in every single way, saying I haven't gotten a damn thing, but regardless, I'm still really good at what I do. Romance, teaching, inspiration, and work ethic, all of which were aided and developed by that area of life we can't talk about. We don't know if we could talk about, right? Right, yes. All developed and aided by that area. And yet I haven't got anything. You'll find out when we do Jennifer's video that, yeah, guess what David did? He went from high school with Jennifer T. Cannon in 1998 to August 6th, 2022 this year without kissing a girl on the lips. He didn't even get a kiss because he hasn't been getting his whole life. He hasn't been, yeah, that's for real. You'll see that if I ever finish up Jennifer's video. David has not gotten a damn thing because he's never been trying to get a girl. He's been doing the ultimate sacrifice of caring about all people, not just girls. But before 2010, it was a bunch of dudes. Yeah, a line of dudes who happened to be friends in his life. Starting in high school, people in his senior class last semester. Then Franco and Carlo and Stewart at the park. Then freaking my cousin Jeremy, I tried to make some for him to get a family relationship back. Didn't work, but still did that. David Malakauskas, he was in a project with me and Franco and Carlo. Freaking who else? People in college, UC Davis, people in Academy of Art. None of that involved getting a damn thing, except maybe like if it was a class grade or some shit. But that's very minor in my library of projects. There was Danny Heatley. There was Barry Bonds, right? Didn't know him personally, gave Heatley a tape. Who else? Before the era we don't know if we can talk about. Who else? The people online, the YouTube audience, the GoldenEye things, that was just free work. The AVGN stuff, that was free work. The Armic thing, that was free work. All of it's been free, not gotten a damn cent. So why in the freaking hell would you think that David, the person who's been doing all these amazing film projects, Sean White, that was 2016. That was during the period, a rare exception, during the period that we don't know if we can talk about legally, right? Every last thing this guy's been doing has been not getting a damn thing. Not getting pay. Not getting, intimate stuff with girls. Not getting even relationships with girls. At least not admitted ones, right? Right. Shut up. Not getting a damn thing. And you think that all of a sudden because you see a video that's titled this or any other video for a girl right in front of your face, you just found out, you think that guy's trying to get someone? He hasn't gotten a damn thing his whole life. Why would he suddenly up and start now just because it's in front of your face? You think that this guy only exists when he's in front of your face? You think he doesn't have a past? You think he hasn't been doing this since 2000? First for dudes, then for females, then for public figures? Anybody? You come along, you need some help, you need me to make you feel special, I'll do something for you? You think that guy is just a getter? No, he's not. Okay? This will stop. This will absolutely stop, okay? I know this. If I don't take this out now, if I start standing at shark games like I'm trying to for Samantha, it's being hard, somebody's going to put a camera in my face. That's the objective. And say, what's your story? Why are you crying so? Let's wear the hat. Let's wear the hat I'm supposed to wear. wearing this hat, standing for the national anthem at Shark Games, crying my eyes out because I did what no other person on the planet would do. They gave back to their enemy who hurt them badly, who came back asking for help, and they want to show that everyone can be redeemed. Luke 15:7, the greatest joy in heaven is over the one sinner who repents rather than 99 righteous people, okay? People, Maria Cruz, at the time, before she turned because of Samantha, she was the highest of the 99 righteous people, right? There was appeal in giving to her, right? Helping her, protecting her, putting her through school and stuff like that. But this is more appealing. When your enemy comes back, wants your help, and because everyone else demonized her, including that piece of shit job that my camp thought she was the Wicked Witch of FedEx, her camp turned on her over time, all her friends turned on her because of various reasons and shit like that. I'm the only one who can help her, yet I'm the one who's least able to because of what they did to us, both. Now, she's in danger. Only I can help her. I'm in danger because of her, various problems and such on trying to act appropriately in this situation. So, it makes a grand statement when you, as Nancy Kerrigan, right, like person, give to your Tanya Harding when your Tanya comes back and says, help me. Not even the real Nancy Kerrigan would do that for the real Tanya, but this one did. This one gives to his Tanya. So that's what he's going to be standing for when he's standing for that goddamn anthem. He's going to be standing for his ability to live his American dream. Right? My American dream is for people who hurt me and think they can't come back because they think there's ill will to come back and say, I'm sorry, help me, teach me, give me what you can to make me better. And David says, come here, come here, come here. That's what I always wanted, okay? Samantha is number 13 on a list of responsible parties for my personal 9/11s, which is unique, tragic events that have their own character, right? There's a bunch of rules and shit. 13 of them. 12 prior will never come back to me. 12 prior will take till God on Judgment Day to find out what they did wrong. And guess what? 2 of them I live with on a constant basis. Yeah. Them too will take till God. Yes. So, and get this. I looked over the responsible parties. This is ridiculous. This is so stupid. Although the prior 7 before Samantha's on the day of that false report, 11/1/20, right? The false report that she didn't do, somebody did for her. The prior 7, although there are various parties who also had a part and motivated the shit, right? Hold on. Don't come near the kitchen. I'm in the middle of shooting. It's not going to be cut. Okay. We're not cutting that, by the way. The prior 7 on my personal 9/11 list, although there are various parties who may have had a big part to play in various parts of it, the same party is responsible for the prior 7 before Samantha. Yes. Before that, it was a variety of parties, one including them, and one actually Shark's Ice. Yeah, one of them's actually Shark's Ice. In fact, the anniversary of that one, I think, is the 13th anniversary. Yeah, the 13th anniversary is coming up on 10/29, right? The Tampa Bay game. Oh, I want to be at that one so bad, but dude. So, Samantha is the key to breaking the system and saying, hey, we're not all bad. Some of us can say, hey, dude, we made our mistakes, and other people made their mistakes, but dude, it's all good now. It's all good now, right? So what I do for Samantha now, it sends a powerful, an undeniably powerful message to 2 of our broken systems that really need to understand that they are not all that they think they are. And maybe David, by letting this play out, now having a term called Firestarter, by which we can look back and say all previous, right? As well as the 2 current ones, they share something in common. What do? They get David up and doing shit. They get David going. Let me give you an example of how important a Firestarter is, okay? I'm going to go back to the weight thing, okay? Okay, do I want to... Let's do it. Hold on. You see this stomach? Okay? You see that stomach? Okay. I just weighed myself on October 7th, before I went out on October 8th for Samantha's real-life romance novel start. Yeah, the bike riding trip. I weighed myself, and I am at a lifetime high 240 4.8 pounds. It made video. I need to lose that shit because I am not satisfied with any time I gain weight, although this time it was 6 months of video making for charitable causes, right? Yes, it was. So it's proud weight, right? Because it's a Hitchcock bod, right? I got a dad bod, but doing video projects, so it's a Hitchcock bod, right? Oh, I forgot to come in that way. Who cares? So I forgot I was supposed to intro to Hitchcock. Blah. This is a vlog. Who cares? So yeah, it's weight from doing something that I'm very proud of, right? For other people, right? It's not like most people most people would have a bad reason for gaining weight, right? It's usually something viceful, right? Not David. He's proud of his Hitchcock bod, but that don't mean he wants to stay this way. No, I don't want this to be forever my legacy where, oh, how'd you get fat? Well, because I made videos for Maria and Samantha that were supposed to be fundraisers and raising awareness for each of their causes. They're my two most... Do I really want to do that? No, I want to get back to how I'm supposed to be. In here, I will always be a 155-pounder, right? But out here, oh, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed to hell. Like, oh, it shows. I can tell. It's noticeable too. I am very much on edge. Like way more than when I'm fat than how I'm supposed to be. Oh, things irritate me that would not ordinarily irritate me. Ooh, you can tell. So I'm going to lose this, but let me ask you a question. The first time I lost this much weight was back in the FS1 days. Let's just put it out there. Who cares? January 2012, I was 205 pounds, right? I think it was August. I'm pretty sure it was August. I can't remember exactly. About mid-August, maybe top of September most. I was 153, right? Now that was not working. Full-time romantic training. Okay, just roll with it. And just like occasional video making, right? Okay. But yeah, that was hard. It took lots of rides up and down Hayward to Concord and back, right? That was my thing. 60 miles exact, right? That was on a mountain bike going over Crow Canyon Road, which is no longer on the Google map. It won't show up on the map, even though you can go over it, and people still do. That was hard shit, right? But that was hard, but I did it. I did it. You know why? Because even though my drive was sort of being fucked with, for lack of a better term, I was driven by a fire starter. Yes, I was. David cannot just up and do that just because he can. No, David does not do shit just for himself. He's incapable of doing that for himself. He does not do shit because he physically is able to. He needs internal drive, like something in here that drives his spirit to go out and do this amazing shit. I won't be able to do that if I try. We did this back in the day, okay? Back in the day when I was taking a hiatus from video game reviewing, I want to say post 2007, 2007 through 2009. It was running at the park, and that was before bike riding. I tried running. I tried weightlifting. It was touch and go, touch and go. Ultimately, no progress made, okay? I know pre-Firestar days what it's like for me to up and do stuff just for myself, doing something like getting rid of this just for it don't work. It don't work. We tried that. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of life. If I try to do it for no reason now, I'm going to be wasting my life. Right? Wasting. If I'm not working, major waste. If I'm working, oh, it's going to be a struggle for no cause. So David needs a fire starter of some type, right? This explains those days that we're not sure we can legally talk about. David was trying to get up for it, rise to the occasion, be the best him. He needed motivation, so he was more likely to be attached to certain, people he probably should not have, right? What was there to do with a drop-off, with a cold turkey drop-off? Nothing? Go back to the unproductive? No! And also, there was things that, would reasonably, if you're actually analyzing the situation, would keep me attached. So it was a variety of things. But the bottom line is, David always needed a fire starter. Yes. So now that we're talking about, Maria was for a time, but she dropped off because, let's just summarize in general, she doesn't understand what it's like to be a goddess, okay? She came at me in a trailer, wanted me to teach her to be a goddess. I taught her everything I know, but when the time came to rise to the occasion and me to work super duper hard on a van line, right? Like every customer's life and death was in every package, like her stun guns could have been if they had went down our place, not Oakland, right? That was motivating. At that time, she needed to be there on a constant basis. She didn't. She dropped off. It was kind of like an attitude where she said, okay, this guy is motivated for me. Let's let him do what he does in his own time, and I'll just live my separate life, and then I'll check in every so often when I want the money he's trying to get me, or when I want advice for something. She did the absentee version of a fire starter, which made me deteriorate. It takes what's in here and it makes it go, Okay. And also, like I said, when Samantha came back and she turned on me and got all psycho, she showed that she wasn't serious about being a goddess. She turned on every last reason I saw her as precious. She turned on every last thing she admired me for at the job that other people didn't see, because they're the ho-hums and I was a standout. She admired me at the time for things that set her apart from the other people. But then Samantha comes along. She doesn't like Samantha. She doesn't analyze the situation like I do. There she goes. Turns on everything. That's her drop-off. In summary, I could get more specific, but this video is not about her. So Maria, she had a chance at a fire starter, but it was not going to last the way she was going. Okay. So that brings us to Samantha. Hold on, let me take a drink. Okay. Samantha. Samantha came to me. Okay. Yes, she is shady. Yes, I'm still half and half on whether she's a scam or whether she's like legitimately in her situation and she's just so clueless on how to act in that situation that she's on the level of disabled person. In my heart of hearts, I think that's the truth, and it's very sad. But either way, both things are possible. We're not going to judge by ignorance. We're not going to judge by stereotype. The systems would do this. They have done this, okay? The legal system, when I went to them, they want to stereotype her as a sure scam. Okay, the job also probably, although they haven't confirmed this, probably saying whatever. They would know more than I do, but you know, whatever. Anybody, Maria would say that. Anybody else, probably her friends, we don't know. Anybody would go with scam, 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 scam. But only David has faith in this person, knowing how she was at work, knowing how people at work would say, yeah, she is kind of that clueless to where it's believable she would be that bad, but they wouldn't think she's that bad. Who could be that bad? She could be that bad. So we're dealing with a unique person who David has to have faith in. And by the way, I just want to add, where else don't answer this question, this is rhetorical. Where else have we dealt with this unique, the idea of David dealing with a unique person that only he understands, but all these other people don't, and they want to just go by generic shit that they're used to, not investigate nothing, not be with David in his private life, not see what he sees, not witness what he witnessed, not sees the interpretation. All these people in the system doing convenience judging, not realizing that David knows the uniqueness that no one else knows. Ooh, we have seen this before. Yes. Samantha shares something in common that I've dealt with before among my 3 fire starters. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm having a moment right here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm having a moment, okay? I know how this works. I know this mechanism, okay? So, if you're me, you have to do your most for Samantha. It's not about getting, okay? It's really not about getting. It's about doing what no one else would. And that is have your heart open to your enemy and give to them like only you can, okay? To get them here, to teach them. And if they want romance like they said they want, fine. You will earn that over time like everyone else. You don't accept a sham marriage. Even if they offer it to you, you say, oh no, you're not doing it to anyone else too, because that is a sham. You just offered it to me and then 2 minutes later you said, no. The system won't allow that. And if so, David, we already exposed that. But dude, it's really... Hold up. If I don't do this, I'm going to regret it. You think I can make this shit up? You think that trying to get someone is going to cause this shit? And you see on my face right now? Can you see that on my face? Get the fucking hat off. You think that trying to get someone is going to cause this shit? You think that you could make this shit up to really... You think that all this is just by design? Really? You come at me with that, I'm gonna call you a Vitor Pitor type, because that's the kind of shit he did with Maria, okay? Yeah. You can't make this shit up, okay? This is fucking real. This is when you know. This is when you know. I'm sorry. It's true. As much as it makes it hard for people to believe me. First off, much like Maria, I'm glad that Samantha is 100% provable. Okay? But the fact that she has done so and said and done so many things that I have seen before in a previous Firestarter, and that because of what I believe, and even if the system don't want me to, I'm more prepared to help Samantha than anyone on this planet. Anyone on this planet would be on this part of this crowd. Say whatever. But David is the one person in the world who would say that, see that person and say, you know what? At some point, God decided, you know what? We're not going to put up with this bullshit. We're going to do to this one soul like the equivalent of duplicating a computer file, right? Duplicate that soul. We're going to extract that duplicate soul out of this person. They don't have to die off. No, death is not a requirement for reincarnation anymore. Is what God decided. We're going to duplicate that person's soul. Take it out of that body. That person can mosey along with their soul intact and do whatever. Who cares about them? Bring this soul over. At some point, he said, you know what? That little Latina girl at FedEx looks like a nice little girl for David to help in the same way. Let's put that person's soul in this 20-year-old body. Blip! There you go. Hey, guess who's prepared to help that girl now? David, right? The one who, yeah, he can help that person. God apparently decided to take away the death requirement for reincarnation to occur. That's what I take from this. The fact that Samantha is so similar, and now she wants to make the transition to FS1. She wants to be David's new romance person in my life, but I have to help her too. Like, you don't understand the video I'm trying to make for her, where I did that first 60-miler down a new bike route to San Jose Sharks Arena and back, right? And got stuff along the way that were meaningful and stuff. That is a tradition now. That is if it happens twice, two types of things like that, it's a tradition, right? The first time it was Pants Search, 2010. It was never released to the public, right? It's no more. But that was the first time. It was 1 hour and it was screenshots, right? No video and shit, except for the Double Dragon thing. That was shot privately in-house. But this one has lots more going for it. It's already over an hour. It's an hour, 20 minutes so far. Samantha's. It's video, it's screenshots, it's music video. It's a whole shebang. It blows out of the water anything prior. It's great. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. Now, I've went to 2 Sharks games. I stood for the anthem. I got meaningful pictures and shit. I have that. But we're out of money now, okay? We're going to hold off on who's responsible for this because we're going to see if we can find a way to make things work. But also, there's some parties that have to be outed. If they don't get their act together, or if I see an opportunity to teach, we're just going to straight up out them, because there's many parties who did not help me when I was down myself and try to help Samantha. And now, as opposed to before, where only Samantha was at risk and I had money to help, but I couldn't. I had to be careful how I spend it. Now we're both at risk. Me and Samantha are both at risk. So yeah, if you thought for 1 second, where's that damn phone? Where's the damn phone? If you thought for 1 second, hold on, that this video was an attempt, if you made the mistake of thinking that video is some sort of attempt to get a girl, when really it's drawing attention to the fact that Samantha's in danger and our job caused this, right? Our former job caused this. If you really think that's bad, wait till you see the next one. Samantha, she gave me just cause to reveal everything in censored form in our conversation from where that left off till today, or yesterday. Wow. She gave me just cause. Before, she put herself in emergency, and me in emergency, right? Because she was saying, I'm going to illegally marry someone just to get me out, and if you don't do what would have to be illegal shit to get money that's just beyond what you have, she's going to, she pulled that shit. That means come out with the whole thing, show it to public, say this is what David's going through. If anything happens to either one of us, we could show this is the warning. Everyone in public was given just warning. Did anyone step in? No, they didn't. There's your warning. Someone's got to step in. Do what we can, right? If you think that was an attempt to get a girl, oh, wait till I show you the rest of that conversation. And now we're both on the chopping block. Yeah, me and Samantha are both in life-threatening danger, okay? Hold on. Yeah. So Samantha is still in danger because she ain't got no one but me who doesn't have any money to help her out of her situation. Her $800 thing failed, right? Because she says she has medical things. She didn't prove that. You'll see when we get there. Yeah. So Samantha's already claims to be in danger, and because she's trying to, when I block her, she goes to my YouTube page and says, oh, don't block me, don't block me, don't block me, life and death, life and death, life and death. Okay, so Samantha's already in life and danger, but guess whose life is now in danger because he's running out of money, and as I found out the last time months ago, that's a life-threatening emergency in this household, right? Who's in danger now? David. Because if his account gets too low, and people who owe him money and are like entities will out them when the time comes, okay? People who could have came to his rescue, gave him a job or gave him money, they didn't do that. So now he's got, or there's a blood donation place. I still have to investigate a little bit to find out what they acted psycho too. We're not going to out them yet, okay? When it comes time for it. Bunch of people kick David when he's down. So now, not only is her life in danger, my life's in danger too. 2 lives in danger, both of us. So the next video, if you made the stupid ass mistake of thinking that this is trying to get a girl, what are you gonna do when I make a video, the next installment of that, and I'll say, hey, call the cops, everybody, get law enforcement on this, because both of our lives are in danger. Samantha or David and both are in life-threatening danger. Because if David runs out of money around these folks, oh, his life is in danger. Oh, yes, it is. Based on the reaction to when I emptied out my account, this made the 12-hour epic, and I had 53 cents left. The blow-up that you didn't see because it happens in private around here, in this very room, no less. That was enough to reasonably believe that if I run out of my money in my account, my life's in danger. Yes. And David is a philanthropist. David is talented. He's like Michael fucking Jordan, but growing up in Siberia. No one's looking for him. No one's giving him the life he needs to not have to worry about this shit. Okay? He can't just say sayonara from this location and go out and go like, oh, there's a life and job. It don't work that way. Anyone who thinks that is how it works in the year 2022 is psychotic. You cannot just go out of a house and go like this and create a perfect job for you in a living situation. You can't do that. You will die. If you are David and you are talented, you will die. People use it against you. If you're David, you care about people, other people, you will die. People use it against you. If you're David and you have an independent, educated mind and you know better than the fuck asses at our old job who like to, violate policies themselves, yet expect other people not to, and we'll out them when it's time. You go out, you get a regular job, you're subject to one of those people, you don't put up with it, you're dead because you have your own independent mind. You can't help people. Wait, you can't be talented, you can't help people, and you can't have your own mind without ending up dead. As soon as I go out there, dead. Wait, it's that direction. As soon as I go out there, dead. Okay? That means anything, living situation threatening, is life or death for David. Okay? David will die if he goes beyond that threshold of the door. It's proven. Not just lifelong, but the way that various entities have failed me. We will out them when the time comes. Not just our old job, but various people who could have come to my rescue and helped not only me, but Samantha. Could have helped me, but also helped my help for Samantha. They are putting our life at risk. If you think that that's an attempt to get a girl, watch the title of the next video when I continue that. Then, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? He's trying to get a girl and himself? He's saying they're both in danger? No, it's not to get a girl. It's not. The next video will make it very clear. Very, very clear when we go over the rest of that conversation. And we will, too. I might go over the prior conversation, like from the time she first contacted me till the time before the last video. I might go over that. It was recorded by debut with my microphone magically working. It didn't have all the audio clips because they dragged on and stuff like that. There's enough. I'll see about that one too. Oh, if I think something bad's gonna happen, or we're in danger, her or me both. If she gives any kind of legal dangers, we come out with everything. We're not going to rely on the system. People, I know how the system works, okay? It's systematic trying to pick us off. Yes, it don't care. They will put up with whatever bad situation you're going through, and they'll let you be pushed by people who aren't being held accountable for their actions, right? They'll let you go through every little thing that they can. But as soon as you, the respondee, make a mistake, if it's legal, they'll lock you up. If it's medical, they'll misdiagnose you. If it's job, they'll fire you. Any of these systems, if it's ED, do I want to out? Yes. If it's EDD, they'll make you ineligible. Any of these systems, they prey on your mistakes that are driven by other people who are getting away with shit unintended, because we don't take advantage. We don't stop the people who are causing all the lack of options by the good intending person trying to help people or help start their own. They wait till you make a big fucking mistake and then they get you. And then they scar your life forever, or they kill you off if they can. If it's serious enough, they find some way to get you out of the way. That's the world we're living in, okay? If you think anything other, you're fooling yourself, or you're privileged and you don't understand how we operate. Either ho-hums or people who shouldn't be among them, who should be in high places helping them, and have to deal with the ho-hums, right? So, we've got to stop this bullshit. Anytime she puts me at risk for anything legal, anything medical, anything threatening, anytime, we're coming out with the shit. We are. We may censor some stuff, but we're coming out with it. Yes. I told her. You'll see. That's how it works now. If there's one thing, guys, you got to understand this. It's one thing when we dealt with someone like FS1, right? Which, debatable as it is, right? David couldn't prove anything, and also it was harmful to try, and also the system wasn't equipped to deal. There's a bunch of issues that made FS1 a big murky area, right? But when it's provable, right? Like Samantha or Maria, and also some that's different from FS1, when you worked with them on the same job and you benefited the company that all three, me, Maria, and Samantha work for, you benefited the company and you were in super duper turbo mode, better than everybody there, you're a worker. You benefited that company. If they fucked you over, you have absolute right to out everybody there. That wasn't the case with FS1, right? Because with FS1, I wasn't a coworker. I was a, we'll say, customer, right? I don't want to use the best word. I don't want to use the specific word that's going to draw people to that shit. We'll say David was a customer, right? So much like, and much like other customers in that environment, right? It was sort of implied that David was equally worthless, right? It was hard to latch on, and I wasn't as proven at the time, right? And I wasn't directly, there's a bunch of things I wasn't directly communicated with regarding, no one said, hey, show us what you did in your past, David, video work for other people. No one said, how many people have you redeemed? Bonds, Heatley, no one asked about David's education. No one asked about David as much as they should have, right? But now we got Maria, we got Samantha, we got provable people and a company that I benefit more than every single person there who did not even have a turbo mode, let alone run on fire starters at their best. Yes. And a bunch of other things. Oh, I could sit here forever. I could sit here forever talking about the unique things I did at that job. The good shit that I did that no one ever thought of before me, or no one ever cared as much before me. Oh, I could sit here. I might do a special on that. A David resume special. Going over my resume and just shoot the shit with stories. Stories on how I did amazing shit there. Yes, I might. Right? We'll see. But yeah, so we're going to stop this. We're going to stop this right now, this whole... And also another reason why we're stopping this, I don't want to go off on Alfonzo yet, because I want to save that for when we do a full rundown of his fuck-ass shit that he did to cause the false report from Samantha that she never made and shit like that. The main reason is because what do you think was going through his mind when he made that report? I know this, based on prior conversations with other people, right? And also the general sense of associating with him. Probably he saw me talking to Samantha, there's David, and there's an attractive girl. Without hearing a lick of our conversation, he just said, guy trying to get a girl. That's probably what caused this whole thing, right? That set this whole thing off, of Samantha becoming an antagonist, right? She didn't correct that report. So if that's likely, very likely, the reason why this whole shit and thing started, the whole emotional damage at that job started, of thinking a guy's trying to get a girl when no, he's just really inspired and hyped up on his job, he's doing a bunch of amazing shit and he can't help but talk about all the amazing shit he's doing, why would I want anyone seeing this saga now off the job, the video thing? Why would I want them doing the same thing and being the next Alfonzo? No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to be that. I'm not letting you. I'm not letting you. So we're throwing down, we're establishing how it's going to go if anyone makes that mistakes. No one is allowed to be the next Alfonzo. I would rather have another FS2 that needs showing up than that. But I don't even want that because it's too much work. I want Samantha to be it. She's the one, okay? Anyone else tries to antagonize David, even if it's an effective way like Samantha did, no. You're just following the footsteps of Samantha, right? She's the original. She's a Hall of Famer. All three of my fire stars are Hall of Famer, okay? FS1 was the model of honoring a goddess just because you see her up there and you see what others could. High pedestal for someone who's like a wife figure, right? She's still the model. Someone else comes and they're a merit contest winner. Like, do I want to pick on somebody? Let's just do it. Let's say Kayla from Wildfire comes and says, hey, David, give me the FS1 treatment. I'll be like, okay, well, you know you're FS1 straight up. You haven't done anything wrong like Samantha. You're not a kid-like figure like Maria. You know that you're up against it, right? Because God doesn't like giving to the FS1 straight up unless they're really in need, right? Your predecessor kind of was in more need than you. She'll be like, yeah, David, give me the FS1 treatment regardless. I'll be like, all right, you asked for it. Even Kayla would still be following. Kayla would not be the original. The original would still be the one we ain't talking about. She's the Hall of Famer. Anyone else comes along, they're just following in the footsteps of the Hall of Famer. They are. It's true. It sucks. It really sucks, but it's true. So yeah, same thing with Samantha. Somebody else tries to antagonize David, even if they're successful. You're still following the footsteps of Samantha. She was the original, the most powerful. You can't, come on now. Same thing with Maria. Someone else comes along, is like a kid-like figure, really innocent, and that needs David to protect and provide for them in some way, whether not necessarily money, just any kind of childlike protection. David will say, okay, you know you're following in the footsteps of Maria Cruz, right? You know that she didn't know who Michael Jordan was. She hadn't heard a Michael Jackson song. She didn't know what the term Mrs. before a woman's last name is. She didn't know the card game poker. She said she never said inconvenient in her life before. She heard me say it at the bank, but she did say it before. We found some old text. She may have lied about that or forgot. What else was there? There's one other thing. There's a list, a bomb list of 6 things, and then there's 2 relationship ones. Maria didn't know a whole lot of shocking shit about life. So if some other little girl in trouble comes along and tries to be the next FS3, I'm going to be like, you know you're following the footsteps of Maria, right? That's how it is with the Hall of Fame class, right? The only way you're going to be an original Firestar is if we do a new category, which I'm proposing in FS4, right? Professional, right? Should I lay that out or save that for another project? Let's lay it out while we have some tape. If we run out of tape, then I'll stop. An FS4 professional. By the way, this is what should have happened back in the day with FS1. Instead of getting the system getting me wrong with FS1, it should have been, okay, David, instead of getting in too deep in shit, right? Let's get you a job. Let's let you work together. And if you still want to use, you know, her for inspiration, fine, but because you're coworkers, you're gonna have to keep her professional. I'll be like, all right, I'll just think of what she was to me before I was working, and I'll use that as internal motivation to do really super duper good work for this job you just got me, because you don't want to scar me instead and cover shit up. I would have said that to the job, to the job. That would have been the perfect resolution. What if FS4 was the first Firestarter, professional, working for someone you admire as a coworker, as if it were a romance target, or not target, choose your words better, David, a romance, a figure you're trying to romance. Same work ethic, but as a professional, because you admire them. FS4 could have been the FS1. Actually, hold on. FS1 would have been first. FS4 would have been, okay, FS4 would have been FS2, right. It would have been FS1, right, because things happened as they did, and then if they got me a job instead of trying to cover shit up and do bad shit, it would have been FS4, which would have been 2. So FS1 would have been romantic, FS2 would have been professional, and then somewhere on the line, if someone else antagonized me, the antagonist would have been FS3, and if Maria comes along, she's FS4. Okay, so you get the idea, right? Technically, FS4 would have solved past problems. Yes, but now that things happened as they did, it's entirely hey, if somebody on a job, and there's 2 candidates for this, if Kayla or Kelly comes to me and says, treat us like one of your Firestars, even though we're just professional, I'll say, sure, fine. That's fine. Also, from FedEx, one of the spotless people who never did a damn thing wrong and fully understood David, Zoe Fenzel, right? She was also a perfect person to say, hey, David, you admire me as a manager. We don't have Maria or Samantha here. Why don't you work for me in front of me? Just envision either your FS1, 2, or 3 when you see me and work as if they're in my shoes. Can you do that, David? I would have said, you're coming up with a new Firestar category. You realize that, right, FS4? She would have said, yeah, David. I said, okay, who do you want to be? You want me to vision a new FS1, Do you want me to envision Samantha FS2 or Maria FS3? It's her pick. You choose a fire starter as a coworker to envision yourself when I see you, and I turn on to go and do perfect work as if you're the, yeah, that's how you gotta do it. That's what could happen. But the thing is, the FS4 has to come to me specifically and request it. You can't just put that on somebody. Otherwise, you're in the same situation where it's like, all right, you're kind of doing this without the, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a coworker, you know, you're kind of doing this without consult. Yeah, you don't do that. So that's the thing. We're trying to find a way. We're trying to find a way to always motivate David his deepest. And that's if there's a fire starter of some type. If he don't got a wife yet, there's no FS1. If Samantha is not an antagonist anymore, right? And she's trying to make the transition to 1, there's no FS2. If Maria is not acting right as a kid-like figure, there's no FS3. David needs a damn fire starter. He wants to be lit on fire and do his best shit. In video making, actual work, no matter what, bike rides. And what I'm trying to say before the tape cuts out is, think about the weight loss journey I'm trying to do. Even if I don't go to Shark Games and stand for the anthem for Samantha, I still want to go to San Jose and back 60 miles just for the hell of it. Of course I do. Because that's how I'm going to, doing that more often than I did it for back in the day up the other way, that is what's going to get me to constantly lose weight, stay on it, and succeed. Whereas before the Firestarter phenomenon came along, I did not, right? David needs a Firestarter to do amazing shit. And now, if I really want to get rid of this shit, oh, it's required. I must have a Firestarter. I must. You can't get rid of this shit, this serious shit, without one, okay? So, understand this, okay? Whether we're talking about current fire starters or past fire starters, it's always been about what it's about today with Samantha. It's about trying to get David to rise to the occasion and bring out his best in whatever he does. Whether it's work, video making, anything. You want David at his best, okay? God, don't anyone come to me and think it's about getting a girl. No, because you will be shoved this video in your face. And then you're going to be required to do what I said to do. Yes, you will. Otherwise, every last thing you say recorded. Every last thing you say stored away. Every last thing up for the chopping block, and you will be outed in worldwide for what you said that was wrong. Yes, you will be. You're going to watch this too. This is now going to be like an hour. And then after this, you're going to watch that 4 hour. Yeah. And watch what happens next. Watch what I title the next video where I have to go over the rest of the conversation. You think you're gonna make some of that? Saying, oh, you're just trying to get it. No, you're not going to make none of that. How much time we got left on the tape? There's no point in, like, you know, crap, I can't turn that around without shifting the thing. Where are we at? Where's it at? Let me see. Oh, 58. I can't get this thing. Oh, you know what's another thing? Let me get this out of the way really quick. Here's another subject matter I was going to cover. So you guys know that this was originally done for dudes, right? When I first got out of high school, the first video project I made that wasn't school related was me, Franco, and Carlo, and Stuart at the park playing hockey, them taking shots against me as goaltender, getting all the saves back to back, transition, all the goals back to back. Do you realize that not only was that the first time I honored a relationship and did FS1 in form of homage, which is the dude form of romance is homage, right? Right. That was homage to our friendship. Get this, I turned 18 2 weeks after we shot the first version of that. I edited it later in college in 2001, but the first version was shot 2 weeks before I was an 18-year-old. At the time, Stuart was, I believe, 11 years old. Franco, the younger of the two brothers, was like 14, and Carlo was like 16. So they were all minors. Ooh, but question, if y'all are going to question David having something to do with video making for girls, what would happen if I released Highway to the Attack Zone online? Would y'all question an 18-year-old making a video with two minors, 111, 114, 116? Even though that was back in the year 2000? Would you? Maybe we should find out. Maybe I should put that online and see about a little test. Oh, get this. We used Gary Glitter's Arena Rock before he did his stuff with kids and shit, right? Like that. We didn't know that. That was a popular arena song in all sports arenas, especially hockey, especially the Shark Tank. We used Arena Rock by Gary Glitter for the transition before he had anything to do with messing with kids and shit. You gonna have a problem with that in the year 2022, even though that was shot in 2000? No? Okay. Maybe slow your roll, Chief, on the whole David making stuff for girls then, huh? Otherwise, I will do this too. I will upload that both versions, the original and the re-edited, as a test and see how people respond to that. I need an excuse to put that up anyways. It's my first ever work outside of school, right? I will see, just as a little test, to see, hey, David, right before he turned 18, 3 minors. When I re-edited that in 2001, I got my hands on lab equipment in the class, in Len Hirschman's class for video production, right? That was the first I did that for a class. I re-edited it. I was 18 by the time I actually 19 when I re-edited it. Still about some minors. Dudes in video. What's up? Okay, so slow your roll, Chief, on the David doing video shit for people. Whether men, women, minors, adults, whatever, okay? Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Okay? I will bring up the past. I will show the projects from the past where they were still minors. But before we cut off in 2003, that tape's over. We stopped associating me and Los Jonas in 2003. I don't know if they had just turned 18 or they were still minors. But that was all while they were basically minors or in that minor mind state, right? Which did affect things. Yeah. That was all while David was an adult and they were minors. But dudes. Problem? Problem? Didn't think so. Put up with the girl stuff, okay? Not having this. Not over Samantha. Trust me, you don't want to be in Vitor Pitor's shoes. You saw what I did when he had problems with me and Maria. 12-hour lifetime epic. We're going to run out naturally, no problem. Okay, this tape's just going to end. I'm just